What's poppin', everybody? It's your boy, Snowy Kurama. Welcome to Week 10 of the NDL for your Chicago White Sox. We are going up against Speedy and his victorious Vigoroths this week. I have seen Speedy around in draft. He lurks in my league, the LBL, and I'm actually fighting him this time, so pretty cool. So if you guys are hyped and excited to see this super epic battle, hit that like and that subscribe. I'm trying to get up to 200, and with your help I can get there. Let's go ahead and get into what I'm bringing. As you can see here, there are some very big ol' scary stinky threats on Speedy's team. He's got the big Mel Metal, as well as a pretty dang good FDS core, Fairy Dragon Steel, with the Hydreigon and the Sylveon complementing. Mega Pidgeot is not a Mega I've seen in years and years. Partly because I'm a Paldex player, but also partly I haven't seen his thing drafted in a while. So there's that. His fastest dude aside from that is Zebstrika, which is kind of the same thing as my Rapidash here, as they're both fast, but that's all they really got. Let's not forget to mention Big Lando Eye there with the Sheer Force Life Orb tomfoolery going on in that little space up there in the top. It's very, very scary. 101 speed is a speed tier that my team does jump over, but only by a little bit with some of my guys. And Urshifu is going to need to have a boost in order to do anything to it on speed, as well as Terapagos. So there's that. Kind of scary. Quaquaval is very, very good in draft because it can just rapid spin and U-turn. It, Swords Dance, Moxie Boost. It's wild. Dusknoir, don't know much about it besides it's a ghost. Probably won't bring it anyway because I've got Spectre and Urshifu both. So there's that. Weezing's great defensively. Neutralizing gas can be annoying. And then Arcanine. I'm lucky that there's no Tera here. Arcanine can shred through teams with Tera E-Speed. His weaknesses are all patched up pretty good. There are just a couple of little areas that I could definitely exploit. His earthquake resistance is a lot. But a lot of those guys that don't care about ground are not really fans of ice or water. So you know what we're gonna probably get into here for the team. Surprise, surprise, we were starting off with Pelipper. We were bringing back the Choice Scarf Pelipper because, of course I am. This thing has enough speed to outpace the Zebstrika with the speed. So I can get in there Hurricane or Weather Ball. Obviously, the Zebstrika is not going to care too much about that, which is why we have U-Turn and Tailwind just in case we are needing to boost up the speed and the Pelipper is going to die anyway. He doesn't have a lot of flying resists or weaknesses. He's got 2 resists and the Zebstrika that we've already talked about and the Mel Metal, but they also probably don't really want to take the Hurricanes. So we're just going to go in there, we're going to spam Hurricane, we're going to U-turn when we got to, into our next team member, which is Big Bad Swampert. We have enough speed in here to outspeed the Pidgeot, I think. Yeah, we have enough speed EVs just right here to outpace the Mega Pidgeot. Also, this week we were able to run Adamant at the 438 attack stat, which is wild, and then the rest of it is just lugged into HP so that we can go ahead and set up a Rain Dance if we need to. And then, as I mentioned, with the Mamoswine coverage and Earthquake and Ice Punch, and the stragglers that don't care about both of them, they don't want to take Liquidation, that's for sure. Terapagos is up next with the Expert Belt. We have some EVs here. So I don't know if you know about the tool on Showdown, but if you put in a specific EV spread, there are suggested spreads that are on the bottom. So I think this is what came up with those suggested spreads. We have mostly max HP in here so that we can take some attacks probably from the Who's it? What's it? The Landorus. We have enough speed probably to outspeed it with 251. Let's take a look at that. Actually, we have speed stat enough to take on the Pidgeot, which is very, very good, with the Ice Beam. We also have Dark Pulse because he has the Dusknoir, and I don't want to be caught off guard with that. And just flinching things is good. We have Earth Power again. There's a lot of strong things that don't want to take an Earth Power, like the Melmetal. If I had Starstorm on there instead of Earth Power, it would have just eaten it. So we have the Expert Belt, because that is an item that's good for taking on Pokemon that are weak to the attacks that we have, because it gives like a 1.2 boost or something. Up next is Vileplume. We have a Rocky Helmet this week, because there's a Melmetal on the field, and that thing's going to double Iron Bish Bosh me in the next week, and now it can't reliably do that, because I've got a Rocky Helmet. I'm aware that it gets Ice Punch, but, you know, don't bring that, please. We are running a similar set to last week, with the exception of Substitute over Corrosive Gas. We are just max defense, max HP again, because we're trying to take on the Melmetal with this thing. And hopefully a sub will let us just sit on something and start clicking Strength Sap so that it can't do anything. Ghost Horse is back here with the choice specs. We got Shadow Ball, Draining Kiss, Psychic, and Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp will be great into the Melmetal, as well as the Quaquaval, and pretty much everything outside of the Hydreigon and the Arcanine. The Will-O-Wisp would be pretty decent into. Psychic is here, because that's a good way to hit the Quaquaval. All of my other moves, well, Draining Kiss does hit Quaquaval, but that thing is very bulky. Plus, it's the only thing that I have that really hits into the Weezing, which I think is more of the idea behind this set. Shadow Ball Draining Kiss is just perfect coverage, because Draining Kiss takes care of the Dark types. Shadow Ball is just Shadow Ball. We have enough speed in here for the Pidgeot, and then the rest of it's an HP, aside from the max special attack. Last but not least, we have Heatran here with the Stealth Rock, Magma Storm, Heavy Slam, and Toxic. Heavy Slam is really good in the Sylveon, which is something that I don't really have a way to deal with on the team at the moment, aside from Vileplume's Sludge Bomb, I think it has. But Magma Storm is also pretty good into the whole team. It does some residual damage, which is very, very nice. Toxic is here just as a last resort kind of thing against the Arcanine. I don't really want to run the ground move on this thing too. Plus, just getting off the Toxic on anything that isn't immune to it is just great. And then our EV spread. I think this is enough attack to... Yeah, I'm not going to pretend. I don't know what I was cooking with this. I don't know. I think it takes Melmetal attacks decent outside of the Earthquake. Quaquaval attacks as well, probably. I bet my main reason for trying to come up with something like this was... Oh, the Pidgeot. I made this for the Pidgeot because this thing walls the crap out of it. It resists its stab and also is immune to its one coverage move in stupid Heat Wave. And then the rest of it is just in defense, and I just put 12 in special attack just to be cute. That's the team. Let's go ahead and get into the battle. Now we are here for the battle. We see a Quaquaval, Hydreigon, Mega Pidgeot, the Sylveon, Melmetal, and Weezing. I don't know what I led here. It's probably the lead Pelipper just to get up my rain and to then U-turn out of there if I need to, or maybe even send off a Hurricane like I said earlier. The lead on his end, ooh, I mean, maybe the Mel. Yeah, I'm going to call that maybe the Mel. We see Pelipper on my side, of course, and we see the Weezing, actually. Very good neutralizing gas. So, you know, we can't spam stupid Hurricane now. I mean, we can, but probably not going to unless we have the rain up. What do I switch out in with this thing? Maybe the Swampert, maybe the Terrapagos. I don't know. Anyway, you turn out, see the Heatran coming in. I can click the Magma Storm and just trap this thing into oblivion. Plus, I don't need a lot of HP on this thing, because again, it's here for the stupid Pidgeot, so there's that. Weezing is going to die to the next Magma Storm, so I just kind of click the good old Rocks button. I think at this point I forgot about the neutralizing gas, because he did quite a bit of damage. What ability am I? I don't remember. We're Flash Fire, so I completely forgot about the stupid neutralizing gas at this point, I think. Draft League, you just kind of forget stuff, because you're like tunnel visioning on what you see right there. At least that is how it is for me, so. Anyway, the Weezing is going to go down to the next Magma Storm, so I just stay in and pop them right open. You see a T-Spike on my side. Quaquaval is here. I probably go out into the Spectrier, calling the Rapid Spin. And a possible close combat, because that's a Heatran. So, there we go. I got the close combat. I recognized that he could have wave crashed, and then popped my Spectrier open like a stupid water balloon. But that's not what happened. We were poisoned again. I don't think I need my HP on Spectrier too much. This thing is just meant to start punching holes. So he goes out to the Pidgeot. I Draining Kiss because there was a Quaquaval ahead of me, and it gets back some HP, so that's okay. Pidgeot is here. I thought that I'd kill based off of the damage that I did earlier, but dumb me brain forgot that Mega Pidgeot is bulky as shit and probably gained some Spadef on Mega Evolving. So, lived on that one. Probably roosted off the damage. Yep, just as predicted. Just as predicted off of my side, not off of the battle side. I go out into the Heatran because that's what this thing is here for. We're going to try to trap him in a Magma Storm, but Quaquaval comes on in. Oh, I actually just Toxic this thing. That seemed like a better idea, honestly, just in case there was any type of switch, and I didn't really think that Mel was going to come in on a Heatran, especially if it was going to Magma Storm, potentially. I go out into my Vileplume, because that's why this thing is here. He just gets his speed boost with the Aqua Step. I don't know if I Giga Drain here, or if I just press the Strength Sap. I press the Strength Sap, so that I can lower that speed, plus get all my HP back. It's honestly a great mid-ground, just because, you know, you can get back your HP. Heatran's back. That's why this thing is here. We see a Defog. Do I set up the rocks again? I think I just put up Magma Storm, yeah. Unfortunately missing. Damage on the Hydreigon would have been pretty good for later. But Pelipper is here, and we are not neutralizing gassed away from our ability there, so we could probably just set off some Hurricanes. We see Sylveon coming on in. I click that Hurricane button just to get off some damage, and it's a good thing that I did, because we can get some good information from the Sylveon. What's that information? I don't know. I don't have the calcs up. So, Confusion 2. Confusion 2. I think I missed that during the battle as well. But we got to the Heatran, because again, this is the only way that I have to take care of the Sylveon, and since I don't really need too many stats to take care of the Pidgeot, I figured that this is fine. So, unfortunately, the Magma Storm is weakened by the rain. So, it's kind of a non-bow there. Doesn't matter because we see that the rocks are back up. I want to keep them guys up. And then we could press Heavy Slam. Nope, I go out to Vileplume, probably predicting the Quaquaval. But instead, there's just a Weather Ball. Pretty good bring on Speedy's part, because that's really good into a situation like that where the Heatran's in on the rain. You see Pidgeot coming in. I just Strength Sap, get back some HP, so that's what this thing does. Probably got the Heatran. Always the Heatran. Always, always, always. Because this thing defogging, who cares? I can just get up the rocks again. See a Roost. Hydreigon comes on out. Do I click that fancy... I click the Toxic button. Just in case a nice switch, because obviously, you know, if I figured out that the silly attacks from Pidgeot are walled by Heatran, somebody like Speedy's going to know that too. Pelipper comes on out again, just so we can get up that rain. Plus, I don't know what else to switch this thing in on. So we see a pretty strong Dark Pulse. Sylveon comes on in. Do I just U-turn? I click the Hurricane. So I'm probably just going to stay in and click the Hurricane. Nope, we see Swampert coming in. I guess I was pretty confident in Terapagos coming in and getting into those rocks, or I just figured I have my own Rain Dance. I can just do that. Anyway, Swampert is in. We see Hydreigon coming in, and then we Mega. Hit him up with a Liquidation, almost taking out the Hydreigon, but we do get the defense drop, and that's how Wish works, I found out. So I thought I was going to get a nice, easy, solid kill on the Hydreigon with the poison damage coming in, but now it's at it's almost at half. It's just a little bit above half, so that's really cool. He Dark Pulsed me. I think that I was not punished from that, and I just get off an Ice Punch. So he must have been Scarfed, because this thing is EV'd to outspeed the Pidgeot and Arcanine. Hydreigon, as you can see, is base 324, which is slower than my 406 Swampert. Quaquaval comes on in. Rain is done. I go out to Vileplume, because this thing is just going to sit on top of the Vileplume, or sit on top of Quaquaval. A close combat comes out here. I probably just click the Strength Sap. So, Brave Bird! The 1%! Brave Bird! I remember calcing that too. It's like, I don't die to this unless he gets a crit, and he didn't get it. A Vileplume's here holding on, and I think I just get it all back. I get it all back, baby! Vileplume is nuts! Pidgeot comes on in. I just get off the Giga Drain because I want to get off some damage. I don't want to just sit here and just click the funny move. So Pidgeot's weakened a little bit. I go back out to Heatran because that's the plan. Defogs away the rocks, so I didn't even need to have Terapagos do it for me. Sylveon comes on in, clicking that Magma Storm. Another Magma Storm would get this thing dead. I just get up the rocks because I can, and then the Magma Storm takes it out. Quaquaval comes on in. I don't think that the Wish works this way because the Thingamabob died, and also we would have seen the Quaquaval gain the HP back. So Pelipper's back in. You see an Aqua Step come off. Nice little sack, and we also get the Rain Up, so that's good for my... Oh, never mind. I guess that's how that... I don't know how Wish works in Gen 9, dude. It's so weird, because that was the end of the turn. How? How and why? How and why, Game Freak? Explain! Explain! Terapagos is here. I don't remember why. Am I trying to bait the close combat into the Spectrier? That might be what I'm trying to do. Melmetal comes on in. I go out to the Spectrier. Yep, that's the plan. That's the plan. And I click the 85% accurate Will-O-Wisp. So now Double Iron Bash is not going to kill me. And now he's burned, making Melmetal useless. I go to Vileplume, because that's what this thing is here for. Thunder Punch, doing some nice damage to the Rocky Helmet. Doing much more damage to him than he is to me. Mega Pidgeot comes out. I probably pressed the Sap. Nope, I clicked Giga Drain just to do some damage. That's pretty okay on me. I think I figured that he would switch out from the Melmetal into one of these two. And Quaquaval would have just taken some big damage because it's super effective, and the Pidgeot would, just be weaker. So Heatran comes back out, because it does. That's the thing. Presses Defog here. I probably clicked, yep, this is the Magma Storm. So now it's 5 versus 2. Quaquaval comes back in here. I go to the Spectrier expecting the close combat, but instead he goes for Brave Bird, which is fine. I can sack. It's whatever. I go to Vileplume, which is going to be able to take on the remaining 2 Pokemon. As we saw earlier from the Brave Bird getting me down to just the 1%, this one gets me down to 6. I Giga Drain to get all that HP back. Easy peasy. Melmetal comes on in. I just Strength Sap so I can get up all my HP because I'm faster. Double Iron Bash is just going to do more damage to him. I mean, at this point, it's Melmetal, which is burned, versus Vileplume and the rest of the gang. So Speedy can really only just Double Iron Bash me to get this over with. Just the last Strength Sap. Probably should have just Giga Drained, but it's whatever. It's satisfying to see the Melmetal take itself out. So that was week 10. I did a good job keeping the rocks up. I didn't care at the end, obviously. But good for us. Thank you so much for coming out for week 10 of the NDL for your Chicago White Sox. Week 11 will be versus Pivot Vortex and his Los Reshirams. It'll be kind of a tough match, but we're here for that, so it'll be exciting. Like this video if you have not already. Subscribe if you're new here, and only if you want to, of course. I like seeing that funny number go upwards, and we're trying to get to 200. And with your help, I can get there. Hit that bell so you know what it is I'm uploading, so you don't miss any of these nice uploads. And with all that being said and more, this has been your boy, Snowy Kurama. Take care of yourselves.